archaeologists. I'm the John Struct. Welcome to the proximity. I am about to begin a Final Fantasy XIV The Legend Returns adventure that is the first patch after Stormblood. I finished Stormblood about, what, half an hour ago? We just watched the credit screens and all the, did the final quest where we said goodbye to everyone. And look, we're back. Because it turns out I've still got the rest of the day to play this game. And also, I'm counting this as a new game because it is a new patch. It's got a new title, and that's kind of important to me. Because if we turn the game screen off for a moment, you'll see Project 99. So I had this thing. I decided when I was in the process of buying this cottage, my first building, and probably the only building I'm ever going to buy, the cheapest place in Cornwall, I guarantee it. That's physically livable. Because there was this kind of delay, nobody was talking to me, there was a process going on, I decided, fuck it, if it's going to take 100 days for me to get the house, I'm going to play 99 games in a row. And you can see I'm on this screen starts on day 39. That's because day 38 I played Final Fantasy 16 and I completed it. I paused, but also I had to pack because at that point I'd been contacted. It was like, the house is yours, you paid for it, move in. And I did that. That took it's been a few months. Now it's been several more months because we've gone from day 39 to day 88. Where I play Final Fantasy XIV The Legend of Return. You can see the day 87 was I played Stormblood. Is that cheating? No, it's not, because I make the rules. We'll come back to this screen. Obviously, there's no sound when I do that because of the way it works. So, before I play a new patch, I like to hype myself up with watching the little video you do on the internet, The Legend Returns. And, I recognise some of those summons from Final Fantasy XII. I was like, oh, yeah, it's Ivalice. That's what I was told. And then right after it ends, I look at the picture because all the patches have pictures, and I'm like, oh, no, that's not Final Fantasy XII. It's Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. And if we go to page 1, you can see I played day 8. That was day 8, Final Fantasy Tactics: The War of the Lions. I'm really glad I've just still not completed that game, so I'm going to have to try and complete that game before we finish this patch. So yeah, I thought that was well cool. I was like, oh, it's kind of a shame I've not finished it yet, but I will, I promise, because this is my last day of playing this game because I'm only playing on 3 days. Let's tell this now to go away and hide this. I've made some notes of where all the quest locations are, but of course there's one right here. We might as well pick up this quest. Arenvald's adventure, and we'll get Box, which is we get to boxing. Lee seems troubled. She's run out of lice pictures. Lice pictures.
Come to see how we're getting on?
Yes.
We've made good progress since we took back Alamigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here. Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future. But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches. The Reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Ah, there you are. I've been searching all over for you.
You've got a voice.
Don't worry, it's nothing bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Why isn't it the best place to talk?
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
Yes.
After all, we were adventurers before we were scions, were we not? After routing the Imperials and liberating Alamigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Twist my arm, why don't you? Happy bunny. Why wasn't that the best place to talk? Where are we now? We've been way up there. Okay. Oh, there's these quests. We should call it Eureka. Ooh. Fallen friend of mine. Good of the Ooze. Isn't that the turtles? Some of these quests. True. I'm not going to want to pick up because they're from future patches. And I kind of want to do them in order. Right then, let's go find Master Leveler. Actually, leave that to me. I want you to fresh out our little adventure. Wait for us by the Etherite. We'll be with you shortly. See you there. So, like all the others, you know, like there's the Alexander quest from Heavensward, and before that, there's the tower. So there's an equivalent to that. So we want to go to Kugane. I think it's just that minstrel. Oh yeah, I can't do that yet. What's that say? Why can't I write things? Okay. Fuck. I don't know what the quest's called, and I should have written that down. But it's here. So we'll have to visit Kugane as well. So yeah, that's not doing that. I think this is... And for Omega, there we go. That is going to be important to us. I have to thank the gods you're here. We need your help. In case you haven't heard, we've set up operations in Ragwa's Reach while we look for Omega. It's been sadly slow going, I'm sorry to say, but we still haven't seen the blasted thing since it disappeared during the Battle of Shinryu. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. I mean, I fought Omega... Well, I can tell you when I fought Omega. Let's have a look. There we go, day 51. I've already defeated Omega. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. We know that Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands and was shackled with some very distinctive looking bindings when they found it. Obviously, only you know what could have done something like that. The fact that the restraints were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to either. Anyway, we were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts when we encountered what you might call a problem. Mayhap it would be best if you came to the workshop to see for yourself. Cool, there's something dealt with. Okay, don't think that's relevant to me yet. I'll do all these obviously, but truth. Don't recognise that. Oh fuck. Oh, this is a continuation of the quest I just picked up. Surprised? Hi, so are we. He's been brought in as a consultant, believe it or not. How many times do I tell you, you will play no part in this investigation. Your motives were dubious from the first. Nothing you have done since has served to make them any clearer. Out of necessity, I agreed to take part in Omega's activation, but that will be the extent of our cooperation. Passing judgment without due consideration, openly disparaging colleagues, not very chiefly of you, Chief. Teethy. I'll have you know I'm a sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. I'll trust you'll thrive elsewhere when I encourage you to piss off. We'll not have him on our roster, Jesse. Never mind anywhere near our work. His employment is to be terminated, effective immediately. The thing is, Chief, we've already paid him in full. It wasn't exactly a pittance either. 4/5 of what you get was the agreement. Look, whatever disagreements you might have had in the past, fact is, we could do with his expertise now, let him earn his keep, at the very least. I don't believe this. You claim my wholly justified ventures represent an unsustainable risk to Ironworks, and then pay him the Sultan's ransom in advance? Him? Give me strength. This has been the way of it for a while now, on account of which I've had to put the investigation on hold. Let's investigate by ourselves. Tisk. Much as I admire your enthusiasm, hero, you will not get very far without some brains to complement your admirable brawn. Happily, I am blessed with the surfeit of the former. From the moment forth, you should be my chaperone, the realm's saviour watching my every move. I couldn't possibly make any mischief, which should surely serve to allay my employer's concerns. Forgive me, Naive. It was not my intent to embroil you in this mess. I didn't even know you were here. Seeing as you are, though, I cannot deny that I would be glad to have you on board. The fact is, we're no closer to understanding the true extent of Omega's powers, and even if it was damaged during the encounter with Shinryu, it seems highly doubtful that we'll be able to disable it unaided. We have got as far as identifying its resting place, but I, for one, would feel a lot more confident about surveying the area with you around to deal with any unexpected surprises. Might I persuade you to lend us a hand once more, friend? Then it's settled. Chief, we have a problem. The etheric concentration levels at E01 are soaring. Our readings doubled from one moment to the next. By the time we went to check them, they've doubled again. What? That could only mean... Evacuate the site. I'll handle this matter personally. Big switch, Naive. Need you with me at the Yawn. To the south of here, that's where we believe Omega came to rest. Jesse, hold the fort while I'm gone, and if possible, continue surveillance from a safe distance. Right, Chief, watch yourself out there. Might just stay and mind the shop too. Oh no, I'm not letting you out of my sight. Before you fill the room with maniacal laughter, I want you to remember something. When you've collected your inexplicably lavish fee, the Ironworks Creed becomes your creed. That's freedom through technology, in case you've forgotten, not supremacy through elegant ingenuity. Breach this contract and I will have my ponds of the flesh. I can just kill a cow. I think we've seen someone already as well. Here is something you can't understand. Oh, I can just kill a man. Greetings, Niamh. It would seem we are to accompanying Arenvald on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Alamigo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat on the throne, nuclear brutal despot by all accounts. But he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, in his dispute with the monks of the Fist, indeed with Valga's Reach being burned to the ground. In the latter years of his rules, he was seized by an unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown. So he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. The wealth of the poor sods put to death became the property of the king, and it was said these royal treasures were hoarded by somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. I believe I see the direction our adventure is to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth this hidden bounty. You assume correctly. Would I be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known? Others would surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course, we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Alamiga's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. But even after scouring every room from dusk till dawn, they uncovered not a single coin. Gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come. The legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply that, a legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine the three of us delving into decades-old mystery. Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart racing. Happy buddy. Now we've started a new quest. I've learnt to box, apparently. Fending. News of Doma and Alamiga's liberation has kindled the flames of revolution in every corner of the empire. Here, the imperial province of Dalmasca has already risen up in rebellion. So it's like partly 12 and partly Ivalice. I don't know what names are in both. Which means the Garleans must have surely had their hands full. A better time now to indulge in such a diversion. Tell us, Arenvald, are there any clues as to where we might begin our search? Well, judging by how treasure hunters fared, nosing around about the palace isn't going to get us anywhere. We probably need to ask around. Would that be another way of saying no? Oh, well, ha ha ha, yes. I see. In that case, I shall pay a visit to the Allied archivists and request access to the records seized from the Imperials. Garleans are meticulous about such things. If they uncovered the trove during the occupation, the event is certain to be recorded. In the meantime, the two of you could track down those who worked at the palace, servants and officials by Theodoric's day. A horse in the background. Given the way they would have been at least 20 at the time, you'd be looking for people who've seen 40 summers or more. Anything they can tell you about the king and his bloody deeds may prove useful. Be sure to listen well. Arenvald, pray try your luck in the fringes and the peaks while Niamh makes rounds in the Alamigan quarter. And here was I was thinking I was the party leader. Not that I might, of course. Let's be about it. We can meet afterwards at Gilbard's Gate. I don't think that's relevant. Cool. If we're queuing up for stuff, we probably want to do that first. Oh, there's my TV trying to turn itself off. I'll grab my cup of tea as well. If it's not too cold. There's the Wandering Minstrel. Who should stand before me but the hero who shattered the shackles of oppression in Doma and Alamigo both? In spite of your burgeoning fame, I am honoured that you should willingly share your precious time with this humble minstrel. I don't necessarily need to read these fiery charms. Particular words. Yeah, it's the minstrel. Right. About Lakshmi. Yeah, so Shri is in Sri Lanka and Sri Lakshmi means goddess or light. I think. Who's a beloved. Okay. I completely forgot about Susanna. I know. It occurs to me that I should have clicked that one, yeah, because we don't have it. Yeah, he just has 3 quests on him. It should be... in Rio, I believe. I'll double check later. But, no, doesn't feel good. There we go. My name is Control. Yes, I think this is one we have to do. Welcome, my lady. There's a young maiden here who would speak with you. Miss, the adventurers arrived. Here she is, the liberator of both Doma and Alamigo in the flesh. I'm Lena Murila, correspondent for The Raven. You recognize me from my expose on the secret lives of the homunculi. Enough small talk, it's not for nothing that I've been standing here since yesterday morning on the off chance you passed by. No, I'm here because actually, I bet you heard it from Alma, but I'm an observer. Alma, come, I found her. There we go. This music, isn't it? It's tactics. Is this the adventure of whom you speak? Indeed it is. Please, I beg of you, find my father. You're his only hope. It's all right, Homer. Retracting unwanted intention, might I suggest a change of venue? We'll wait you before the Prima Vista. The theatre barge has a berth at the airship landing. Or I might want to put this one on hold. To remind myself of the plot line to War of the Lions. Yeah, the Omega stuff seems like it's more important. We'll double check with these things. I think that's the housing district. In the block. I sing a song. My name is John. Nothing I do is wrong. Oh, hunts. I think those are new. I don't think they've been added yet. I'll double check. I did this sort of quickly. I was doing it while I was waiting for the final dungeon. Right. Go there. But if I want to fish, this is where having flight might be a good idea, but time is against us, unfortunately. don't like that it's high up. There's a pin as well. New location. Oh no. How do I get to the... Oh no, you can just go there. It's fine. Oh, I found the big hole. Yes. Yawn. See why it's called the yawn. What the seven hells is going on here? A veritable sea of condensed ether. How precious. It's been busy. What villainy is this? Oh, it's a dragon. Can everyone see him? Oh, it's just me. In sombre sleep, sweet I have lain, since mine offspring's war with man did end, yet I could not choose to but stir at this abhorrent stench. Care, mortal, for within this great hollow lieth Omega. Long have we known one another, our history spanneth eons and stars. Oh gods, what's happening? Okay, I wasn't expecting Chocobo, racing Chocobo in an entirely different art style than the rest of the game. Chief, get out of here. You're not dead. Apparently not. Passed straight through me as if it was some sort of illusion. It is one of America's creations. America's a weapon wrought in a place beyond the reach of thy kind, capable of reweaving ether into life. The serpent is yet unfinished, but doubt not that it will become a corporeal threat ere long. Snakebird. Snakebird was also on the list. But whatever it is, it's gone. While this peculiar thing remains. It looks like a chocobo and quests like a chocobo. I'm thinking it's probably a chocobo. Alright, that's again one of the expansions, one of the patches has a picture of him, but I didn't realise he was going to be actually this, you know, because it was a drawing. Isn't it interesting how the patches, I guess some of the patches are usually related to the main plot, the picture, but the picture of this patch is clearly one of the side quests. And a picture of one of the later patches is this bird. Queer. The way it queers is unlike a chocobo, but it looks more like a stuffed doll to me. Definitely a chocobo, trust me on this. The ones we Lalafell ride are all about this size, aren't they? I suppose. Oh, alright, let's go with chocobo for now. Is it a magical doll like XIV? Kitschy. My mistress' blessing extendeth not unto this creature's soul, then. Very well. As this matter concerneth Omega, I shall speak with it in my stead. Naev, aren't you going to introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? Yeah, it's a bit weird that we never did. Well, fuck, he was way back in Heaven's Sword. Before that, technically. What? The Midgård Soma. Looking forward to fighting him in Final Fantasy VII. They've named him correctly. The Midgård who fought and fell at the Battle of Silver Tear Skies. Here I was content to be travelling in company of just one legend. Without wishing to offend you, hero, the Father of Dragons does have something you do not, that being relevant knowledge, and there is much we could learn from him. Little and less is known about Omega's origin. It first appeared in records dating back to the Third Astral Era, before Allagan Empire reached its zenith, and said records that had one thing to say: Omega activation successful. In the centuries that follows, Allagans enjoyed rapid technological development, but there was nary a further mention of Omega until the capture of Bahamut. Its existence is a mystery among mysteries, a tale among tales. It was always assumed that Allagans built it, and I had no reason to believe otherwise. But now Midgård tells us it's not even of our world. Just so, it haileth from another star. More than that I will not say. I have spoken with this being. It telleth of a strange plane beyond this hollow, wherein it did reside from the moment of its creation. For reasons unknown, it was ordered to fight, yet being weak, it chose flight instead. Yes, ordered to fight by Omega? Why in seven hells would it do that? To put its creations to the proof. If you would know more, go forth and look upon the truth with your own eyes. But you're saying we should jump in? With naught to fear from the fall, the hollow hath become a portal into Omega's domain. Once there, this being shall guide you. Servant of Hydaelyn, fate bindeth me to Omega. If it be thine intent to pursue it, I shall lend thee my strength. So you, really can show us around inside the hole, can you? Where? I said Chocobo Racing. I guess it's Chocobo Dungeon he's from? I was going to jump in then. Let's actually get the quest. Well, I doubt any of us imagined things would come to this, but the Father of Dragons has given us his assurance. Let us take our investigation into the Yawn. I've already appraised Jessie of our intent and instructed her to have our engineers on standby. Since we have no way of knowing what awaits us in there, I'll need you to be ready for anything, are you? Cool. Oh, that's the book. Let us begin. Did not animate that. Just trust us, we went through the portal. What is this place? What's wrong with us? I can see straight through me. Welcome home, Alpha. Zafra, Omega. Welcome, mortal. I am Omega. I've awaited your coming. I communicate with you now via one of my monitors. Well, this is pretty weird. You stand in the rift between dimensions, where a vital experiment is presently in progress. Your participation is appreciated. Please indicate your consent. Bloop. Experiment? If you want our participation, you have to tell us a little more than that. Ah, we're disappearing. Non-participating entities will be summarily erased. Please indicate your consent. Blip. Seems you can't even exist here without Omega's leave. I think it's fairly clear what we have to do, don't you? Talk about what should we do? Right, we consent. Thank you for your cooperation. You are provisionally assigned to the Alpha Group. Oh, cool! This is a cool interpretation of this place. So I guess the problem with... Because I was like, oh, what does the interdimensional rift normally look like? And the answer is, it doesn't look like anything, because it's all the places you've been. It's, they did it in Kingdom Hearts as well. It's like the sort of the laziest, I know there is a bit of the rift at the end, isn't there, where you fight Gilgamesh. Oh, we're going to get Gilgamesh in this one. Because first you go through all the towns again, and that's what the end of Kingdom Hearts does, and then it's sort of a weird... Well, it's a crystally place. I'm pretty sure it's a crystally place. But also, there's so many places in this fucking universe that's crystally, I can see why they changed it. Cool. Looks like some manner of tower, or egg. I don't actually remember Omega in Final Fantasy V. Was it a super boss? The aim of the experiment is to determine the mightiest being in creation. It's very Dragon Ball Z. Google Omega Final Fantasy V. One of two original super bosses. Yeah, and the other one's Shinryu, isn't it? It's in the interdimensional rift. That makes sense. Ooh. Yeah, I never defeated the super bosses. As I said, I've defeated him already in Final Fantasy 16. Yeah. To that end, 89 candidates have been selected and recreated. They are grouped by dimension, matched by strength and pitted against one another. Isn't this literally the plot to one of the Dragon Ball? Not Z, the Super. I've not watched Super, but that which you've identified as Chocobo is Subject Alpha, and you have been assigned to its group. The assignment is tentative, however, pending in the assessment of your fitness to serve as fully fledged test subjects. Your combat capabilities will be evaluated shortly. Combat capabilities? You mean you want us to fight? Affirmative. A course shall be constructed for this purpose, in which you will attempt to fight your way. Your suitability will be confirmed upon reaching the Deltascape test world beyond. Please note, however, that only entities with existential authorization may interact with objects in the rift. of your number. Only Alpha has this at present. Before you may engage in combat, said authorization must be temporarily transferred to you. Google, who's the main character to Chocobo Dungeon? Oh, Pokemon Dungeon. Didn't say Pokemon Dungeon. Google, who is the main character to Chocobo Dungeon? Okay, it's definitely Chocobo's Dungeon because it's the same design, but I don't think the Chocobo has a name. Oh, they're called Poolate. However, ask my brother. Yeah, that means I have to play Chocobo's Dungeon, a game I was going to skip because there's loads of them. But I didn't want to play Chocobo's Dungeon because I didn't want to. Before you engage in combat, said authorization may be... Yeah, okay, transfer to you. Bloop, bloop. But if I have to play all the side games, including the weird ones, I have to, don't I? If that includes a racing game, I definitely don't want to buy. An invitation from Omega itself. Not even I could foreseen this. We are accepting it, of course. It's preferable to summary erasure, so I'm sure you'll agree. Alpha, was it? My colleagues and I are minded to participate in Omega's experiment. Will you transfer your authorization to us? We're whole again. You couldn't make me whole again. Existential authorization transferred. Subjects ready to engage. Please begin at your own convenience and proceed as directed. Tell him what a way to stay sharp. Where do we go exactly? I think the floor moves. Fun begin. Fight you? The lead and I will follow. Good, it's protected by some kind of barrier. Barriers are my speciality. I'll have this done before you know it. See if something's happening with the cube. It's a white flame. Oh, well, it seems they'll continue spawning as long as the monitor is operational. Out of commission, the trick is to reverse the barrier's energy current. Well done, Wade, that leaves just the enemy. Bad. The cube's about to turn. I seem to remember each patch takes about 4 hours. Kind of teleporter. But like this one might be longer because of all the starting of the quests. Also, we now know we can continue the main quest. Sim approached before. It's a fan. Rest of us return to the enemy whenever you're ready. Cube in the sky. Balanders. Right, we managed to defeat Antonio Banderas. What a wonderful place this is. So we get the monitor now if you know what to do. Harkeron. We already fought somebody with that name. Behemoth. Whew. That's our goal, the Delta Escape, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think is waiting for us in there? Omega said that it groups subjects by dimension. If the creatures we fought on the way here were merely intended to separate the wheat from the chaff, it would seem that far greater challenges await inside these egg-like objects. Although test subjects most like. But I'm not certain what to make of the castle. Could it be connected to the subjects? Alpha, but hold on a moment. Shouldn't either one of us be translucent? One or the other? Subjects confirmed to have arrived at Delta Escape. Analysis complete. Congratulations, you are approved for participation. Your strength places you self-same tier as Alpha. Feeblest and farthest removed from myself. Nonetheless, you are now fully fledged test subjects. Welcome, weakest of challengers. As corporeal life forms, you will not undergo development within a test world. Instead, you may use this space freely. Not quite what I would have chosen, but one must make do. Speaking of which, what is it we're supposed to do exactly? You are to enter Delta Escape and defeat all the test subjects within. Please note, however, the strength in numbers will not be acknowledged. There is a strict limit upon how many entities may participate in combat. Only a small party may have existential authorization transferred from Alpha. Good luck. Blip. The eggs do contain our fellow test subjects, just as I predicted, eh? Garland. Before we turn our thoughts to the Delta Escape, I suggest we set up base of operations here. Big